what we have discussed. We discussed about manual configuration of IP address, manual configuration in static IP. And also we discussed about a dynamic IP. What is DHCP server? How to set up a DHCP server and how to get IP address from the DHCP server. How you get a IP address from DHCP server. So practically also we have seen the demo how to configure IP address. What is the left? How this DHCP server assign IP address to the client system. How you will get IP address from the DHCP server. Of course, you ask for IP address and the DHCP server will give you IP address. That's it. Only two steps I told. But actually what happened between the DHCP client and DHCP server. Okay. Now, this process we call it as DORA process. DORA. Discover, offer, request, acknowledgement. Acknowledgement. What is this DORA process? You have a DHCP server and there is a client. So assigning IP address from DHCP server to DHCP client means DHCP process means assign IP address to the client devices. That process of DHCP server means assigning of IP address to the client devices. That process we call it as DORA process. The process we call it as DORA process. Here we have a DHCP server. I'm audible, guys. I'm talking, but no one is saying yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Very
Yes, sir.
good. Very.
Yes, sir.
This is very good. This is DHCP server and this is DHCP client. How this machine become a DHCP client means the option is selected obtained IP address automatically or automatic IP address option. So this is the client and this is the server. The client does not have any IP address. Okay. So for example, yes, morning I came to office, I power on my laptop. So at that time, my laptop does not have any IP address. Does not have any IP address. Now the system need an IP address. What it will do? System need an IP address. So what it will do? It will send a request to find. It will send a packet. Sorry, it will send a packet to find a DHCP server. But you want to send something. For any packet is required, source IP, destination IP, source MAC address, destination MAC address. But you do not have IP address, then what is your IP address? So when you are learning about IP address, sir already told, you cannot assign the 0.0.0.0 address to any devices. It is used by different protocols or services. This is one of the use. So your source IP of your client device is 0.0.0 and destination. So destination is must be a DHCP server, but you don't know, you don't have IP address and you don't know who is a DHCP server. Then like this. It use a broadcast address. IPv4 broadcast address is 255.255.255.255. And of course, source MAC address. Source MAC address also required. So the source MAC address is our DHCP client MAC address, means our client MAC address. Okay, the client system MAC address no. So MAC address is fixed. And of course, destination MAC address. But we don't know the destination server IP address. How can we know the MAC address first? We don't know their MAC address. We don't know their IP address in a starting stage. So what we use? We use MAC broadcasting address. MAC broadcasting address. FF. It's a MAC broadcasting address. All 12 Fs are there. Okay, any pattern it can be there, but totally 12 Fs are there. There is a MAC broadcast. You don't know the destination MAC address, but you want to send a packet. Okay, but you don't know the destination MAC address. So what system will do it? It use MAC broadcast address as a destination MAC address. Okay, so this is address part currently. And what is the packet? It broadcasts the packet, right? Here, in entire DHCP is a broadcast method only for in a DORA process. So what is this packet called DHCP Discover, DHCP Discovery or Discover packet. DHCP Discover packet to discover where is the DHCP server. It's not only DHCP server, it also broadcasts this packet to other devices also. All other devices in the network. If only 2 devices are there, no problem. But yeah, more devices means it will broadcast to every device in the network. Okay. So I'm removing other devices, just it broadcasts a packet to every device in the network. But once DHCP server received that packet, it check it. What is the destination IP? What is the destination MAC address? It's a broadcast. It verifies source and take the source MAC address here. Take the source MAC address here. Only understanding one is source MAC address only there. Okay, source MAC address. Take the source MAC address, keep it, and check the what is the packet DHCP protocol. Yes, I'm a DHCP server. DHCP server receive the packet, but how it will understand? It's a DHCP packet, DHCP protocol. Then what is the in the packet? Discovery packet. So there is a system with a sys MAC address, with a MAC address, this MAC address. So there is a system with this MAC address, want an IP address. So this is what understand by DHCP server. Okay, the packet is sent to everyone. Other devices also receive the packet, check it, what protocol, DHCP. If it is not DHCP server, it drop the packet. If it is not a DHCP server, it drop the packet. And the DHCP server also receive the packet, check a DHCP protocol. Yes, I'm a DHCP server. What is the packet? Discovery packet. What is the source IP? Nothing, 0.0.0. Okay, destination IP, of course, it's a broadcast. Destination MAC is broadcast, but source MAC address is CMAS. So DHCP server understand there is a device with this MAC address, need an IP address. That is understand by DHCP server. So it will open the scope. In the scope, what IP address is available? What is the next IP address is available? Then this DHCP server send a packet to the client. What is this? Called a offer. What is this called? Offer. DHCP offer packet. What is this offer contains? Yes, I'm a DHCP server. I have this IP address. Do you want IP address? Like an offer letter. Okay. So we're sending client. But the client, we don't know. Where is the client? Only client MAC address server knows. But client don't have an IP address. So again, server broadcast this message to everyone. but the destination MAC address is client MAC address. Source MAC address is server MAC address. Source IP is server IP. Destination IP, again broadcast IP. 255, 255, 255, 255. So it broadcasts this message to everyone. The client receives and verify the incoming packet, source MAC address, destination MAC address, source IP, and destination IP, and DHCP client. It is waiting for that when the packet is belongs to the client based on the MAC address. It will understand. Okay. Then client take the offer. Like see the offer. Yes, you find a DHCP server. And what is that IP? Offer. Yes, the client is say yes. I want IP address. Yes, I want this IP address to the client server. Okay. Still, it will broadcast that message also because client don't have an IP address. So client send a request. Client send request. Client send a request to the server. Client send a request. Yes, I want this IP address. Then finally, server gave an acknowledgement. Finally, server giving an acknowledgement. So in this, finally, server gave an acknowledgement to the client. Then the client is configured with the IP address. Means what is this? It will configure IP address, subnet mask, default gateways, DHCP server address, DNS server address, and lease duration also it will be configured. So finally, the client got an IP address. Client configured with a IP address, subnet mask, default gateway, DNS server address, DHCP server address, lease duration. Okay. So this is a totally we call as DORA process. Discover, offer, request, acknowledgement. What is DORA? Discover, offer, request, acknowledgement. Very important. DHCP topic is very important. Why? Because here we can understand lot of things related to the network troubleshooting also. Even manual address also I told if IP address wrongly entered or maybe conflicts occur, where is the issues occur, how to resolve it. In DHCP, how it will be done. And how you got IP address, what is the client side settings to do to get IP address from DHCP. The process understanding also important. Okay, again, what is DORA? Discover, offer, request, acknowledgement. DORA is a process. DHCP process. DORA is nothing but a DHCP process assigning IP address to the client devices. That process we call as a DORA process. Discover, offer, request, acknowledgement. DORA process is a process of assigning IP address to the client devices by the DHCP server. DORA. Again, what is a DORA? Discover, offer, request, acknowledgement, right? Next. How to explain this one? The first one is, guys, if you got an interview, what is DORA process? DORA, discover, offer, request, acknowledgement. First, only abbreviation, not a story. DORA, discover, offer, request, acknowledgement. Process of assigning IP address to the client devices by the DHCP server called a DORA process. Second, what is the third one? The client broadcast discover packet to find DHCP server. Client broadcast discovery packet to find the DHCP server. DHCP server receive the discovery packet and give IP offer to the client. Give IP offer to the client. Then client send request to the DHCP server. Now the client knows who is the DHCP server, then it will ask a DHCP server request. It send a request to the DHCP server, and DHCP server gave acknowledgement to the DHCP client. Then at a client, IP address is configured. Means IP address, subnet mask, default gateway, DHCP server address, DNS server address, lease duration is configured at a client. Last point, you can avoid it. Okay. So if you want, you can add it. Otherwise, like if you have a flow, then no problem. If you don't have a flow, cut last point. What is the last point? What is after the acknowledgement? So DHCP client send acknowledgement. So then DHCP server send an acknowledgement. The client is configured with an IP address. That's it. What are the things list? You can avoid it. If you want to add, you can add it. No problem. So this is called a DORA process guide. Discover, offer, request, acknowledgement. Okay. Where is the DORA process? Also in the top only in the notes it is. This is a DORA process. Process of DHCP server assign IP address to client devices is called DORA process. Guys, understand DORA?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Then what is this lease duration? What is the lease duration? Same diagram, little different. So this is my DHCP server and this is my client. The client got an IP address. So to get an IP address, DORA process is done. Finally, we got an IP address. When you check the IP address of your system, you will see there is a lease period. What is this lease period? What is the lease with duration? So when you assign IP address, okay, so I given 20 minutes of lease period. 20 minutes is very less. Generally, we'll give 4 hours, 8 hours, 24 hours like that. Why 20 minutes? I will tell. For example, at 4 o'clock, you got an IP address. That IP address will be the expiry time is 4:20 because 20 minutes is the lease duration now. 4 o'clock, you received a IP address 4:20, expiry. What it is happened? Okay, so from DORA process, you received IP address at 4 o'clock. Now your lease duration is 4:20 by 4:20, it will be expired. So which system? C1 system. What IP address? When it is expired, this information is in the server here. Note down which system and what is that IP address when it will be expired. Okay, good. Okay. So at 4:20, IP is expired. Expired. How it is going to be expired? Again, after expire, what will happen? We'll see that process here. This is lease duration process. At 50% of total lease duration, 50% of this total lease duration, renew process will be started. 50% means when? When is the 50%? 4:10. At 4:10, renew process will start. Means again, the client send a request. Client send in a DORA RA, last two word. Client send a request to the server. Please extend my lease. Please extend my lease. The server verifies and extend the lease and update the lease information through acknowledgement. So DORA is complete IP address. Means your client don't have IP address. That's a DORA process. But now the client has an IP address. For renew purpose, we use RA, means request acknowledgement. Client send a request, server give acknowledgement, and it is renew for another 20 minutes. Means 410. Now the expiry time extended to 430. You can also see here it is showing 422. It's a whole time. Just time refresh. See, it's become 455. 455. It keep on renew like that only. Again, 410, 430. This is, it got renewed at 410 and expiry is 430. Again, 50% of time means at 420. Again, this process. Again, client send request, server give acknowledgement. It got extended to the another 20 minutes. Means it started at 420 and the last time is 440. So this lease duration keep on extending as long as the client and server is connected. Okay. Understand, guys? Lease extension. Okay. So every 50% of total lease duration, every 50% of total lease duration, okay, it will send a request to the server and server give you acknowledgement, the lease is extending. Lease period will be extended, expiry time will be changes. Okay. In case, in the 50%, exactly at 420, exactly at 420 or 490, think like a 419, server client is disconnected, or server is down, server is disconnected, or server or a client is down, or client is disconnected. Anything happen. So at 420, our client is unable to renew its IP address. Unable to renew its IP address means lease duration is not extending. Server waits. Yeah, server waits. Client, this particular client has to renew its IP address at 420, but still is not renew it. Maybe there is a problem, let it be there. We have expiry is 430. Okay, like that. Now, 87%, 87.5% of total lease duration, at 87.5 of total lease duration, again, new process will start by the client. So it failed at 50%, then it will try at 87.5. In case at 50% of lease duration, it is failed to renew it, then it will try, the client will try at 87.5 to renew its IP address. So it is again successfully renewed it, no problem, time will be extended. Time not extended. Okay, time is not extended. Time is completed, for example. Okay, at by 430, it has to be renew. So try to renew by 420, not happen. Again, it will try 87.5 of total lease duration. Means you have to double it. So 16 point something like that. 17.5, 17 minutes, 17.5 minutes, like that it has to be done. Okay. So 50, 20 into 50, 10 means 100, means remove 0, 10. 87.5 into 20. 2, it says 0, 10, 2, 14, 5, 1, 16, 17. This is 17.5 minute. Okay, means 417. Like it's a 410, again 17, 427.50 seconds. At 427.50 second, again you will try to renew it. If it is succeed, extend it. If it is failed at this time also, means 50% failed. At 50%, try to renew it, unable to do it. 87.5% of total duration, you try to do it, failed. 430 completed. At 430, what happened? The server wait for the renewal from client before expiry, but it is not renewed before expiry. The server remove this entry in the server address list. In the address list, it removes this from the address list. Okay, it will be removed. Okay, so what is the next? Your client is failed to renew from the server. Lease is completed. What happened? Again, it runs DORA. Again, it will do DORA. Again, we'll try to get a IP address from the server. This is lease period. Why it is important? Why it is important? For example, huge network is there. So for example, so many systems. There is a think like there is a 50 computers. So 50 IP addresses are there. 50 IP addresses are there. Currently, 40 devices are connected. 40 devices are connected. 10 IP addresses are available. 40 devices, 10 IP addresses are available. Means 40 devices got IP address, 10 is free. Okay. Now, I want to connect another 20 systems. We can't connect because we have only 10 systems. Okay, no problem. After a certain period of time, 10 devices are disconnected. 10 devices are disconnected. Now, number of devices are 30. Number of devices are 30. Number of available IP address as per the server is 10 only. Number of devices are currently 30. 10 are disconnected. Okay. But as per the server setting, this 40 IP address given. 10 is available. But out of 40, 10 is disconnected, removed. So it's a laptops, connected, disconnected, no problem. Or mobile phones, connected, disconnected. No returns. Okay. Now, as per the count, so only 30 devices. But as per server, it is given already 40 IP addresses. Only 10 is available. But can you add a 20 devices? We can add 20 devices, but we can't get 20 IP addresses. Can't get a 20 IP. We have, as per a server, only 10 is available. So why it is? What is this? This mismatching. This is mismatching. So by creating lease duration, what happened? Once you disconnected these 10 devices, server wait for renew from these 10 devices. From all the devices, it will wait for the renew. It got a renewal from only 30 devices, not from remaining 10 devices. It doesn't receive the renewal. It wait for the lease duration end. Then it remove these 10 IP addresses from the list. Then this 10 is become 20 now. Now it is a 20 is available. Okay. It's a simple list, guys. In the list, think like two lists. Think like a device and IP address list. Total IP address are 50. Total number of devices are 40. Available IP address are 10. Its meaning is out of 50 IP address I given to all the 40 devices. 10 is available. 10 is available. Okay, simple. Now, after some time, maybe next day, 10 devices are removed. So as per the device count, 30 devices. As per IP count from the server is 40 devices, 40 IP address already given. 40 IP address are given, but we have only 30 devices. So there is a mismatch of 10 devices. If you have a lease period kind of concept, in the lease, the server verifies from 40 devices, it is expecting from these 40 devices should be renew its IP address. Their IP address has to be renewed. Server is waiting for renewal. If they ask, they will renew it and extend the lease duration. From 30 devices, which is right now there, the server received a renewal and it is renewed their IP address. Good. What about remaining 10 devices? They are not there. So it's not asking renewal. Server wait for the end of the lease duration. It removed from the server list. It means from the server side. Currently, earlier it is 40 IP address used. Now it is 30 IP address it is using. That the only 30 IP address it is. So remaining IP address are free to give to any system. A big story. That one. Look at here. This is display statistics. In the bottom, if you see how many are used, how many are total, how many are used, available. Earlier, as per the list, as I said, 50, right? Total is 50, used is 40, available is 10. Now 10 devices are removed. It should be shows like this. 50 devices are total, 50 IP address are total, used is 30, 20 is available. Means out of 40, we remove 10. That is available. Instead of that one, it is showing like this. Total is 50, used is 40, available is 10. Okay, availability is 10 only, but 10 devices are not there. No? So with the lease period, what happen? Renew process will happen. In the renewal process, those devices are renewed their IP address. Your server knows these devices renewed and these are all still alive system. The disconnected devices, 10 devices, don't do renewal process. Lease expiry is come, the date and time is come, and it removed from the list. Once it is removed from this list, address release list, then this will be updated. Total is 50, used is 30, and available is become 20. Okay, this is what happens in the DHCP server. That's the importance of lease. Why we need a lease? To make unnecessary IP address, unnecessary devices, means unused devices, no longer device available. That device IP address become free if you are using lease per time, lease. Okay, that's why most of the companies put their lease period from 4 hours or 8 hours or 16 hours kind of interval only. I have a system, right? I got IP address. IP config /all. Sorry, my mistake. Okay, you've seen this lease duration. When I got this IP address, why it is showing this expiry? See the lease duration. It is around 8 hours lease duration it is. Okay, so lease obtained. So I got this IP address at morning 9:55 and it is expired at 6:38. Okay, and between, if it is 8 hours, means by the time actually it is 4 hours or 8 hours, I have to check it properly. When you check it morning, otherwise you can ask me tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock we start the session. So ask me, I will show you what is my correct release duration. Because meantime it will renew, my expiry date will be extended. It is a 4 hours. Every 2 hours it will be renew. If it is 8 hours, every 4 hours it will renew. So I'm going to disconnect at 6:30. So obviously it won't renew, right? No renew means it will remove the IP address from the list. Okay, like this. And also you can observe this one, guys. Discover offer is 1-1. Request acknowledgement are 7-7. Why like that? At first DORA process, discover 1, offer 1, request 1, acknowledgement 1. Next time onwards, the client will only renew. So that's why request and acknowledgement packets are higher because client only want renewal only. It don't want to discover because the client knows who is a DHCP server. So it will ask a renewal only. So really want to test it, you have to, we can't test it already 550, 453. It will be extended by this time. 10 minutes complete and now see, it is renewal. Okay. So you have to calculate properly 10 minutes, 10 minutes. So by the before 10 minutes completed, you have to disconnect and test it. Earlier we use 4 minutes like that, 4 minutes, 6 minutes duration, calculate 3 minutes. We got a new ones and we disconnect for another 5-6 minutes and we'll show the people. But it's okay, no problem. It's not big deal. Guys, understand lease duration concept?
Yes, sir.
What is the other part? We have to go on next. We have to go. Still DNS is pending. Okay. The last one in DHCP. Okay. And last one in DHCP. Again, this is your client. What is the client will do? Try to get an IP address from DHCP server. So your client try to find DHCP server and try to get IP address from DHCP server. The thing is, if client unable to get IP address from the DHCP server, what happened? It can be any reason. The client is unable to get IP address from the DHCP server. What happens? Client, the system, client or a system unable to get or fail to get IP address from the DHCP server, the system itself assign an IP address. System itself assign an IP address from APIPA range, automatic private IP address range. When you check your IP address, your IP address is showing 192.169.254 dot something dot something. Means it can be another two or can be any numbers. So meaning is your adapter is failed to get IP address from the DHCP server. Fail to get IP address. Again, if your system unable to get IP address or fail to get IP address from DHCP server, your system itself assign an IP address from APIPA range. From APIPA range. What is that range? What is that range? 169.254.0.1 from 0.1 to any IP address in between this. Okay. Any IP address between this, it will arrange. This is APIPA range. Automatic private IP address. Okay. Automatic private IP address range. What is the range? 169.254.0.1 to 169.254.255.2. Any IP address in between this range. It's a private IP and it is system self-generated IP. Means that your system itself generate this IP address and assign to your adapter. Why? Adapter needs an IP address, but you should It should be configured manually. You didn't configure. You are waiting for getting from DHCP. So it is right. Okay, this is APIPA. Then let's understand what is APIPA, why we are getting this APIPA address. So currently you got a correct IP address from your DHCP server. This is your DHCP server, right? Now, in case this DHCP service is down, okay, if this DHCP service is stopped, or maybe the server is disconnected, the server is disconnected, or server is not there. Okay, the server network is disconnected. This is it opening open. See, the server network is disconnected, or server is down. If the server is down, or server is disconnected, or service is stopped, the service is stopped. Okay, or there is no DHCP server. There is no DHCP server. What happened? Again, I have to type this one. Okay, if server is down, what happened? Your adapter, your system, your client trying to get IP address from DHCP server is unable to get IP address from DHCP server. So what happened? See, the IP address of your adapter is changed, showing auto configuration IP address. Showing auto configuration IP address, not IP address. Auto configuration IP address is 169.254.153.151. These second two octets can be anything. XY, YZ. YZ can be anything. XY is, sorry, WY, WX, WXYZ. The WX are 169.254. The YZ part is can be anything. Depends upon your MAC address and DHCP enabled, yes, but this is not a DHCP address. Also, you cannot see the DHCP server address here. Okay. Also, you cannot see DHCP server address here. So, it is system self-generated IP address. The reason can be anything. Yeah. Common user, na? That's the problem. Yeah. Okay. So I said obtained IP address automatically. I want to get IP address from DHCP. So either you do not have a DHCP server, you should configure manually. You have a DHCP server, but you are not getting IP address from DHCP server. Understand? If you don't have a DHCP, you should configure manually. If you have a DHCP server, you should get IP address from DHCP server. Okay? So obtained IP address automatically. When you select this option, you see alternative configuration. In here, you got two options. Automatic private IP address, use configuration. What is this? In case you have failed to get IP address, if you fail to get IP address from DHCP, follow this alternative configuration. The first option is saying that assign APIPA address, automatic private IP address. Or you can also use this manual in case you should get IP address automatically from the DHCP. If you are failed, use some manual IP as an alternative IP. Option is also available. But generally, most of the time, it will select it as like this only, automatic private IP. Just to show that option, that's it. Automatic private IP. Meaning is, if you are failed to get IP from DHCP, follow the automatic IP address. Second option also there, you can also use that. Anyway, finally, we are unable to get IP, we got a APIPA address. Now we search for the reasons. What is the reason you are not getting IP from DHCP? Your system only not getting, or multiple systems are not getting? Multiple systems are not getting. Means it is DHCP server problem. The first thing is, make sure DHCP server is on or not. And make sure the DHCP server is connected or not. It's not connected. Okay? It's not connected. So it's a disconnected. So what you have to do? You have to reconnect it. Remove the connection and reconnect it. And make sure it is showing connected symbol. Okay. Second, go to DHCP server and make sure this service is running or not. Make sure the service is running or not. Otherwise, restart the service. For example, server is running and connected, but service is not running. So restart the service. Stop the service, start the service, or restart the service. First is, make sure server is running or not. Yes, server is running. Check the connection. Check connection. If disconnected, reconnect it. It's already connected, go to the DHCP server. In that one, check the service running or not. Alt task, restart the service. Next, go to the IPv4, right click, display statistics. Check what are the available IP addresses. How many total IP addresses are there? How many are used? How many are available? In case all IP addresses are used, you won't get IP. All IP addresses are given to the system. So you won't get IP. So you are failed to get IP. Then it is again APIPA. So check it. All IP addresses are utilized. So what you do? Availability is 0. What you have to do? Increase the scope. Go to the scope and go to the properties. You can increase the scope. You can't increase the subnet mask. Remember, you can't change the subnet mask. But you can increase, if possible, you can increase the scope size. You can make 110 to 210 because maximum number is 254. Okay, it's 110. I can increase to 210 or 150, 160. Also, I can do it. We can increase the scope size, not subnet mask or network size. Total network, not network size or prefix length. These things we can't change it directly. If you require to change the subnet mask, what to do? You have to delete the scope and recreate the scope. Okay, we can increase the scope size. We can modify the scope size, but we can't change the network size. Means total network, means subnet mask we can't change. If you want to change the subnet mask or changing of network size, total network size, okay, you have to delete the scope and recreate the scope. Point. Okay, so what is that? Check the availabilities. If availability is 0, increase the scope. Next. Okay, increase the number of IP addresses. Range. Increase the range of IP addresses. Limit up to the maximum limit. Okay, limit. Every class of IP address has a limit, right? Based on that limit only, you should increase. Next. The last one. At server. At last one at server. Check the filters. Is he allow or deny? Is your MAC address mentioned in the allow or deny list? Or anything is mentioned in allow or deny list? Nothing is mentioned here. In case some systems MAC address mentioned yellow, but you are not in the yellow, so you won't get IP. Okay. Some systems MAC address are mentioned in yellow, and I said give IP address to these systems only. Meaning is other system won't get IP address. And I mentioned your MAC address into the deny list. Also, you won't get IP address automatically. Okay. check the yellow and deny list. So make sure that there is nothing is there like that. Okay. Sometimes your device MAC address is mentioned in deny, you won't get it. So remove from the deny list. Okay. If yellow deny both are there, means add your MAC address to yellow list. Nothing is mentioned, no need to do anything. All these things how to remember. Don't worry. Okay. Yeah. So what are the steps we have taken? We check the system is on. Yes. And we check the network. Okay. It is network wise. It is disconnected. Later we'll do that one. So next one you have to check it. Service is running or not. Restart the services. Next one is you have to check. Okay. You have to check what is this? Statistics. Display statistics, number of IP address, how many number of IP address total used, available. Make sure you have a available IP. In case of available IP address are 0, increase the scope size. Increase the scope size. Okay. You can increase the maximum scope size, but you can't change the subnet mask. Means network size. Next. Make sure there is nothing configured in yellow or deny list. In case of anything configured yellow list, so you have to be configured properly on it. Either you have to add into the yellow list or remove from the deny list like that. Okay. So this is the troubleshooting. Then finally, our client did not get any IP address. Okay. I'm going to server. I'm connecting my server. Now server is, see, the adapter is connected. You got a IP address properly. See, the static IP, server is static IP. Now server is on. The server is on. But here, are we getting an IP address? Still it is showing APIPA. Now server side corrected. Server is disconnected or reconnected. Now server side is very good. But client is still showing the APIPA address. I want a new IP from server. But it is showing APIPA. What to do? What to do? Server side working. Client side still APIPA. What to do? Two options are there, guys. One is you can disable and enable this adapter, or you can use the command. Best is command than this one. Okay. So use this command. So enabling and disabling adapter, one option. But also you can use the command. What is that command? IP config / release. What is release? It remove automatically configured IP addresses on the adapter. If IP address configured automatically, either system generated or DHCP wise configured, it remove that IP address like this. Okay. IP config release. And after that one, you have to use renew. Release and renew. Release and renew. Release for removing automatically configured IP address. Either it is system generated or DHCP configured. It will remove that IP. Renew means again it run the DORA process. Find the DHCP server, get the IP address. See, I got the IP address like this. Check the IP address. Okay. See, I got a DHCP Enabled. Yes, I got proper IP address. Okay. And see the lease 20 minutes duration again. It's a new updated one obtained release 20 minutes duration. Again, after 10 minutes means 521 renew. It will renew the IP address again. These will be increases. Default gateway, DHCP server, DNS server address, also we got it. Okay. So what is the command? IP config release to remove automatic configured IP addresses. Renew to get a new IP address from remote devices. Okay, you can also check it from here also. And this command, we can also use one more scenario. When we use this command, when we use that command, so I change the network, means now I'm in one network connected to a DHCP server. Now this, I connected to another network, another DHCP server, but in my system it is showing old IP address only. I connected to a network, I got an IP address from that DHCP server. Now I connected to different network, in that network different DHCP server, but it is showing my old IP. Okay, old means earlier DHCP server address only, not a new DHCP server address. What to do? Disable, enable the adapter, one option. Second one is easiest. Go to command prompt, ipconfig space/release, ipconfig space/renew. Remove automatically configured IP address and renew to get a new IP address from the DHCP server. Get an IP address from DHCP server. This is what we do. Okay, these two commands are very helpful in the APIPA troubleshooting. Of course, we also said, right, what are the things you have to verify? Connected or not? Service running or not? System is running or not? System is on or not? If not on, turn on. Network wise disconnected. Reconnect the network. Make sure service is running or not. Otherwise, restart the service. Next, IP available. Check the IP available. In case of IP address is not available, what to do? 0 available, increase the scope. Okay, increase the scope. Next is allow and deny list. Are you in any allow or deny list? Then you can do it. Okay. So you have to verify all these things. Which one, where is the issue? You have to find it and resolve it. Once DHCP side is everything is okay, your IP address automatically updates. In case IP address is not updated immediately, you can use the command ipconfig release and ipconfig renew. Guys, understand? APIPA, the troubleshooting, must know it. In this, I mentioned about a reservation also, a volume reservation, and just one more topic, that is a DNS. Okay. So take a small break, guys. Just how much time you want a break? 5 or 10 minutes?